Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is William Mars for the Sim Racing Paddock, and this is technically our second test drive of Gran Turismo Sport. My first test drive got flagged because of a lot of different copyright things because of the music. So, note to self, guys, if you're going to be live streaming Gran Turismo, make sure you turn off the music. So, also, if you mention or if you notice on the stream, I have the donation ticker. And if you guys weren't here yesterday, the reason I'm doing that is because the area around where I live was hit hard with wildfires. There were around actually 14 fires in the Northern California Bay Area. And two neighborhoods near where I live were completely decimated. And over 3,000 buildings, homes, businesses were completely destroyed. And some of the victims of that, they also include some of my close friends. So a lot of people are left homeless, and I want to be able to do my part to help. I want to be able to try to see if I can pitch in, donate some to some of my friends who have lost their homes, also to some organizations that are just breaking their back to help people out. So that's why I am doing the rest of this live stream, or not live stream, but the rest of October. I'm running this donation drive, trying to raise money for the victims and people who were affected by the fires. So that's what's going on. And hello, Anthony Scott, Rodolfo Fernandez, Crate, Lumos, and Anthony. Anthony, hopefully you weren't affected too much by the fire in Napa, because also one of the biggest fires also hit Napa, which is a pretty populated city, so that's also where a lot of damage came. So, like, this is Gran Turismo Sport. I bought it yesterday and did the first live stream testing and everything and seeing how this goes. So, let's see. Oh, whoops. That's open. That's why I couldn't navigate. Okay. So, random question. Who cares about Prince William and Princess Kate in a Gran Turismo game? I mean, really? I don't really see it. But, okay. Just add some depth, I guess. So, let's go into sport mode, see what races are open today. So, looks like the same as before. Brands Hatch, Suzuka. We can make Suzuka. Okay. Enter in. I promised someone I was going to test drive the Mustang Group 4 last stream, so let's take that for a spin. Okay. Yeah, Lumos, it definitely was. There's not really much you can say about it. There were so many people who lost their homes, and even the firefighters, the people fighting the very fires, lost their homes. Some of them did. And my friend, who's a firefighter, his parents lost their home. And it's crazy. So, like, basically, I just want to be able to do my part to help. And that's why I'm trying to raise funds for the people. And it's at the very least through the month of October. I might extend it depending on circumstances. And hey, Alexander, thank you very much. I am doing well. On last Monday, we did have to evacuate. There was a mandatory evacuation for my area because there was a fire around 2 miles or so from where I live. Literally, if I drive down the street from where I live, I see this hillside completely scorched, and it's just crazy looking at. And thankfully, it didn't reach my home. Later that day, the evacuation was lifted. I could go home. Then on Wednesday, we get another evacuation advisory, and then while my mother was starting to pack stuff up, she misses her step and falls down 2 stairs. And these are tile stairs, and she suffers a grade 3 sprain, which is basically as bad as it can be without it being broken. And we contacted the fire chief I think he's the fire chief that lives near us. And he said, better safe than sorry. You might want to get to a safe spot, because if you can't even walk, you obviously can't run. And some of these families, they only had seconds to get out of their house. And that's just staggering to think about. And we definitely wanted to be safe rather than sorry. So we have evacuated to a friend's house who lives about 10 miles away. And we stayed there until Saturday, until we gotten all clear to go home. And thankfully, we haven't had anything happening here. Hey, doctor, nice to see you here. And yeah, Lumos, it's definitely, it's a tough situation. And I was going in I was leaving my home on Monday expecting my house to be destroyed. And my dad, he was in a similar situation. To put in perspective, my mother and I, we had 3 hours to pack before evacuating. My dad had 7 minutes. He had 7 minutes to get out of his house and get basically his bare essentials, his bare necessities. So to put in perspective, he was leaving anticipating his house being destroyed. By some miracle, his house was still intact. That's just amazing to think about. That's interesting. Poll. Mustang Group 4. 1 minute 22. That doesn't make sense. But okay. So let's try out this Mustang. I might need to adjust my brake sensitivity. Yeah, my brakes were way too sensitive. I forgot to adjust that on my first live stream, and then I just got to thinking, I can do that right now. Brake force. That's what I love about the Fanatic wheels. You can just adjust it on the fly. So I just adjusted down to 30. Let's see how that feels. So, in terms of sound, significantly better than Gran Turismo. You hear that V8 grunt, but still that transmission whine is just drowning it out. Someone got mad. Wonder who Mark is. Oh yeah, Alexander, it's crazy, and unfortunately Lumos, not all the fires are out. They're mostly contained, but there are still fires, I think, to the northeast of me. So there's still fires going on, and there's also fires all throughout the state. We're just focusing on the ones in Northern California. There was one near Disneyland, actually, and other places, and it's insane to think about. So let's see how this race goes, guys. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. But yeah, in my area, there were approximately 14 fires alone. Couple guys running wide. I ran a little wide, missed my apex there. All things considered, that was a good, clean first sector. I mean, there were a couple cars that ran wide, but that's usually commonplace. My goal is top 10, guys. But yeah, these fires are absolutely insane, and sadly the ones in my immediate vicinity are the most destructive. Another guy wide, that should give me another spot. Force feedback is alright. It has somewhat the same issues that I talked about in Forza 7. You don't really feel the road communication well. You don't really feel the bumps. It feels a little floatier. Dang it. Oh. Hey, Giuliano, thank you very much. Glad to be back. I need to tighten my wheel a bit. It's a little loose. Because when the fires hit, I had to evacuate this setup. I had to evacuate like my cockpits, and one of my friends, Jeremy, he played a huge role in helping me get the cockpits out because he had a truck. He offered to hold on to my cockpits for me while I was evacuated. So I had my cockpits in a safe spot at least, but it did come down to just being without it for about a week or two. These guys are actually pretty skilled, all things considered. We got a decent field. Because this is going to be, I think, just the first race where it's going to be the first race where I am legitimately finishing outside of the top 10, I think. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ran a little wide there, talking while driving. Don't try this at home, guys. Actually, if you want to. No, Giuliano, I am running this fundraiser through the month of October, and maybe longer. So I'm putting the AccuForce fundraising on hold for now. Because this is a bit more important for people around my area. Oh, cones. Oh! Holy cones, Batman. That cone just knocked my car up. Had to take that penalty. Sounds good, Lumos. Let me check something real quick. Should have power. Tighten this a bit. So I guess Mustang, not a great car. Thank you very much, Emma, or Ima Diowa. Come on, guys. Okay, that's a lot more sturdy. I was feeling the wheel, like, sliding out from under me. It's like, no, I don't want that. So, I might do a test drive of some of the cars that are available now to just give you an idea on the handling and stuff instead of just worrying about the racing and everything. So, come on. Reconnecting to the network. Please don't tell me the server just went down. Come on. Fail to reconnect. Come on. Did it really not save? Let's see. Attempting to reconnect. How does GT Sport compare? Slightly better than Forza, slightly worse than Project Cars, in my opinion. You definitely need to be careful driving these cars. I'm conflicted because I'm not a fan of the assists, but it feels like you need them in Gran Turismo Sport to drive decently, which is kind of a frustrating balance. Okay, I guess server's down. That sucks. Let's check something. I'm connected to the PlayStation Store, it looks like. Let's make sure. Network. Best way controller? No, I don't think so. I think wheel's best way to appreciate it. It's just slightly frustrating. So let's go to time trial. Now we have quite a few more tracks. Oh, you got Suzuka. Let's drive full Suzuka, see how this is. I would classify this as, I call it a light sim. It does require skill to drive. Like, that goes without saying. But it's definitely not at the level where it's like... Definitely not at the level where it's like simulating tire flat spots or things like that, or the track temperatures, no dynamic time of day. It's missing a lot. I'll put it that way. How's tire management in Gran Turismo? Can drive like a hooligan or need to pay attention? It depends on the setting, because you can turn off tire wear and fuel consumption, or you can have it turned on. I think for most things, it's turned off. Seriously? I'm just trying to... Jeez. Hashtag always on online. Gotta love it. Now just wait for it to load. And maybe tell me I need to be online. I gotta admit, this is a gorgeous looking title. I mean, there is a little less anti-aliasing than I would have expected, but also, I'm just playing on a standard PlayStation 4. I'm not playing on a PS4 Pro. Lumos. So let's see. The other frustrating thing is, like, you can't remove the arms, or the steering wheel. So that's why at times I like to prefer driving like this. I might need to clean out my load, so I'm noticing that I think my brake is a little erratic. But yeah, this car feels pretty good. I mean, it definitely is floaty as mentioned, but you can feel what's going on with the car. That sliding, you can feel the chattering in the wheel a bit, which is nice. But yeah, this is definitely a fun track, and I enjoy Suzuka a lot. I've usually had decent results. With third-person driving looks kind of odd. Yeah, usually Gran Turismo, they have it set where in third person, you have it basically locked behind the car, and then the car rotates a bit. In others, it handles third-person cameras differently. This, it feels more static compared to other titles having a little more of a dynamic third-person angle, if that kind of makes sense at all. Whoa, got a little unsettled there. But yeah, what I'm saying is, this is by no means a hardcore simulation title, but who realistically went in to see Gran Turismo Sport anticipating a hardcore simulation title? What this is, it's a believable title. It's not totally absurd. It's not overly simple. You actually need to have a concept of driving technique and prowess to handle it, because for example, I just overshot that corner and I slid off track. You have to slow down for the corners. You have to be careful. The focus on Gran Turismo Sport is more of the sport than in the simulation. For example, I did an older video. It's in my backlog where I address the question, we have the sim, but how about the racing? So this focuses more on the racing than the sim, and it works out all right. It does a good job. I'll give it that. But you're definitely not going to be really going for the hardcore simulation, per se. But I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, I've had some good racing. That's kind of what matters, in my mind. Also, a nice touch is there is qualifying, which is great. Yeah, Drive Club is a very underrated title. And I feel like, yeah, Sony did squander the potential. Evolution Studios was a great studio, and I think they could have done a lot. They could have done great things, because if I remember correctly, Evolution was also the studio that did MotorStorm for the PlayStation 3, and that game was so freaking fun. But it's just like, they let it die, I guess. Also, dang it, server. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Reconnect. Come on. I don't know if it's just under maintenance or something, but that gives us more time to test drive cars, I guess. Also, I want to test out the Kart, because one of the first vehicles you get in GT Sport is actually is a go-kart, which is fun. But isn't Drive Club more on the arcade side? Yes and no. It actually felt pretty decent, all things considered. But yeah, it definitely wasn't the hardcore simulation that, like, it's similar to Gran Turismo. Do you really go into it expecting a sim? I didn't. So let's try I think Brands Hatch Indy could be a great course for a go-kart. How did physics compare to GT6? Slightly improved. I didn't do too much in the way of GT6, but I think this feels better. I can't really vouch too much, though. So this is a 125cc shifter kart. I'm not expecting true authentic karting. I'm expecting maybe slightly below R Factor 2. So keeping my expectations a little low. But that's interesting. There's a light on the kart. Let's start this off. Oh my god, very twitchy. Very twitchy. Off-road feels surprisingly decent. It reminds me very similar to, it reminds me to Dirt 4 in the field, which is pretty good. What do I think about Gran Turismo Sports graphics? Replay angles look absolutely incredible. Interiors, not so much. That's my opinion. I do see a demographic for this game. It's the people looking for a solid competitive online experience, but they don't have the money to spring for a gaming PC setup yet. Because you saw that race earlier, that was good competition, all things considered. I mean, sure, there were a couple rough edges, and some drivers are crazy, but it seems like they pan out within a lap and a half. So it seemed okay. But I know there are going to be all the elitists that say, it's not a true hardcore sim. But, like, realistically, when it's all said and done, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter that it's not simulating like tire flat spotting or the dynamic track rubbering in. It's freaking Gran Turismo. It's one of the biggest names in racing video games, period. And at least it's acknowledging the idea of better online competition. So think about it this way. When I got started in sim racing, I didn't immediately jump into like NASCAR Racing 2003. I jumped into Gran Turismo 3 with a gamepad. And then I realized, wait, there are wheels available. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna get a wheel. So I bought the Mad Catz MC2. Piece of crap wheel when you look back at it. But as a kid, I was in heaven. And you just enjoy driving around with the car, using the pedals, and then you start to open up your awareness. So you really get that idea where this is a gateway title. People don't go straight to iRacing. People don't go straight to R Factor 2. People don't usually go straight into Assetto Corsa. They start with a series that they enjoy, Gran Turismo, Forza, and then they realize, wait, there's a whole lot more to this. So you definitely want to look into that. You want to treat these guys coming from Gran Turismo, coming from Forza with respect. And thank you, Diecast Cars, for subscribing. I did not miss that. I'm just on a bit of a rant right now. But these people going from Gran Turismo, going to Forza, like, if I was treated with a lot of the hostility that I had been seeing in recent years, I might have been turned off from sim racing. Because there's so much hostility for people going from Gran Turismo and Forza to the PC. And they're asking genuine questions. So if we treat them with some sort of respect, then I think the sim racing community can be more welcoming as a whole. That's not to say that they're not welcoming, but just seeing what some people are doing, that's definitely turning some people off. So we really want to be able to be welcoming and allow this community to grow. But yeah, this kart's actually pretty fun. It's lively. It's a lot livelier than, I think, the Gran Turismo 5 kart, which I had the most experience with. But here's the thing. I mean, sure, we do have the R Factor 2, which is objectively my favorite title, where you have the tire wear, you have the flat spawn, you have the tracks rubbering in, you have the dynamic weather. But when it's all said and done, isn't sim racing about the racing against people? Isn't against racing wheel to wheel against people and like diving into a corner, playing a game of chicken against the corner? And isn't that really what matters? Seeing how that goes. So, Garrett Turbo, I just want to know if I should get this game to play for the arcade side of things. I have a sim set, not interested in the semi-sim kind of stuff, but I love good arcade games. It's pretty darn fun, I'll say that. Wraith Ungs, this is one of the garages on my property. So this is basically, my family helped repurpose this into a studio for me. So you can see behind me is the Track Racer RS6 cockpit, I believe. And then also next to me, I have the GTR simulator that I'm also in the process of reviewing. So that's going to be coming soon. But for now, we're just going through GT Sport right now. I should try to get my review together soon. But it is frustrating right now because we aren't really able to get all this put together. So I'm going to try drifting. And guys, for the record, I suck at drifting. Just being honest. So yeah, Gran Turismo Sport Racers. Currently, the servers are down, it appears. So I can't go online at the moment. But I want to do more online once I can. So let's take a look at something. We'll try some drifting, even though I'm not good at drifting. We'll do the Alpha 4C. And hopefully this recognizes my handbrake. So diecast cars. I have an Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Actually, I have two Xbox Ones, but I loaned one to a friend that also had to evacuate. So, yeah, Wraith Ungs. If you look, I have my review of Forza Motorsport 7 up. So, yeah, you can check that out on the channel. What racing wheels do I have? My main wheel of choice currently is the Fanatic Club Sport wheel version 2.5. Currently, right now, I'm using the Fanatic CSL Elite for PS4. I also have a T500 RS that is hooked up to the GTR simulator. You can kind of see it there under the monitor. That was my personal wheel from 2013 to around 2016. And then I also now have the Thrustmaster TSXW, which you might be able to see on that speaker right there, that I am currently in the process of reviewing for the Xbox and PlayStation. So I want to see, does this recognize the handbrake? Because it should. Yep, it does. Nice. So I'm using the Fanatic Club Sport handbrake. So let's see how this goes. Whoops. Yeah, I suck at drifting. Wow, really, Boost? Whoa, 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 whoa. Dang it. Okay, let's see if it's, right now, Will tries to learn to drift. That's what it feels like right now. Maybe if I turn on drift mode, it helps. So, Fanatic wheels, they have the drift mode, which, let's see. Whoa! That did not go according to plan. Let's try turning it to 1. Thrustmasters are a great wheel. Definitely, I enjoy them. And they're pretty solid. There we go. When server's back, can we do online? Sure. Just have to wait. Ooh, new trophy! Yeah, buddy. Okay, let's try this again. We can do okay, guys. We can do well. I have faith. Not much, but I have some. Woo! I slid! No! I had such a good run there. There we go. Amateur drifting. Your server's back? Okay, I'll take a look after this. No, 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 no. Oh, we made it. Come on, come on, come on. Woo! There we go. Now we're starting to do okay. Alright, Ray, thanks for subbing. Okay, let's see if server's back. Please be back. Come on. Not a positive sign. GT Sports UI and music are so classy. Yeah, the UI, it does take a little getting used to, but once you do, man, it's classy. And hey, Billy, nice to see you in here. So, yeah, basically, I just lost all the credits for drifting, I guess. But yeah, so what's cool is there is split screen. Yay! Split screen exists on the PS4. But yeah, so I would have the music on, except in my first stream I left it on and I got hit with like 7 copyright claims for each race I was in. So it's like, yeah, I wanted to avoid that, so that's why I have music off. And a bit of a quiet experience, but it works. So let's check something. I want to show off the livery editor, if we can. Nope, that sucks. So let's try something. I'm going to close the application and reopen it. So that's like, turn it off and on. GT Sport Racers, where are you from? Oh, Sean's playing. By the way, Billy, what is your username? Because you can feel free to add me on PlayStation, but actually, I'm going to type my name into the chat. And don't laugh, guys. I've been using the same username since, I think, the PlayStation 3 days in 2006. So this is my old username. Should send through, I think. Nope, connection server could not be established. So we're just doing test driving in servers now, I get. All right. Okay, Gamer Muscle also having PSN issues. He's in the UK. Thanks, DJ. Thanks for the heads up. So I'm typing in my PlayStation username right now. This is my old username. I used, when I was younger, I used to enjoy skateboarding, and yeah. So that's my username, guys. Oh, wait. I don't want to get flagged for this. VR is only 1v1. That's frustrating. So, let's go arcade. And I'll do an online, or I'll do dirt, I think. So let's do Colorado Springs Lake. And let's try it in the dawn. I haven't done a race at dawn yet. And we'll do the Lancer Evo. I think that works. See if the handbrake works a little better. But yeah, it's frustrating because with PSVR, I believe they had the capabilities of having it fully supported. But with what we see, ultimately, it is more of a gimmick than anything. And GIS, bro, I got your friend request. I'll add you shortly. But yeah, so capture card I use the Elgato Game Capture HD 60. Whoops. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised by off-road. I'll say that. Handbrake. Wait. No handbrake on this car? Oh, there it is. So this might not support analog handbrake. Yeah, I think... Yeah, there's that engagement point. So this is not analog handbrake. Sadly. And that's one of the things that is slightly frustrating with the Gran Turismo as a whole in the series. Handbrake and clutch are seen as buttons. Or not buttons, but as on-off. So you can press the pedal and then you get to a certain point and it's like, okay, there's the engagement point. It's not progressive, which isn't the end of the world, but it's led to me missing a lot of shifts with the H shifter. So for me on Gran Turismo, I'm more akin to just doing sequential. Yeah, it kind of looks like slipping on ice, but it feels a lot better than it looks. And that's one thing I find is usually true for a lot of stuff in Gran Turismo. It feels better than it looks. Also, I want to apologize because of the capture card and the way it works. There is a slight delay from the game, or from the webcam to the game. So, for example, it'll look like I'm steering, and then like a second later, you'll see the car. Okay, that was a bird outside. I heard a bird chirping. I was like, wait, is there a bird in here? way too slick in your opinion. Yeah, I'd agree. There's not much variety in the track, where it's like, it just feels like off-road. No real like caution or dips or ruts. And then you can cut like this and not really have any repercussions. But it's, all in all, it's okay. It's decent. So, Billy, I was watching the Inside Sim Racing review, and I think John said that you were using a PlayStation 4 Pro. And how's performance on that? Like, hey, Richard, how's it going? Yeah, the fire's definitely less than ideal, because just seeing everything going on, like, especially so close to home for me, is tough, and that's why I'm wanting to do my part to help those who are suffering. Keep on overshooting the corners. I want to check something. Okay. That's consistent. Consistent. Okay, I'm not having an issue with my brakes. Very solid and pretty. Okay. Yeah. I'd love to get my hands on a PS4, but it's like, right now, nope. No funds for that, and like, I'm currently doing the fundraising for the AccuForce in the future, or I'm going to be trying, like, as you see, at least through the month of October, I want to raise money for the victims. But yeah, this is feeling pretty good. The toughest part is because the way I have my TV set up, I can't, like, the rim of my wheel is starting to block off the recommended gear for the corner, which in Gran Turismo works almost like as a braking point too. So I had to look over the rim or something. Physics and handling better than Forza 7. I'd say in some ways, yes, because, yeah, like Billy said, it does feel more natural. It does feel like more vehicle dynamics are going on. Force feedback definitely plays a huge role in this feeling better. So that's why I would say. That was a good lap. Or wait, what's that? No, that's not full lap. That's just second sector. Starting to get the hang of this. Whoop. Light tap. There we go. Personal best. It's frustrating though, because I'm driving arcade mode. I'm not getting this XP and credits, I don't think. Has an issue with over the limit, but so does Forza. Yeah, I could agree to that. Wait. Hold on. Didn't accept my Steam request. I thought I did, Crate. But granted, I've been away from Steam for like a week. Maybe 2 weeks. Because I had my computer stored off at an office where I work out of, so I haven't even been able to access, like, my computers. I do have my MacBook Pro, which I do for, like, work stuff, but I, yeah, haven't had access to my PC. I'd say GT Sport is better than expected, but at the same time, it's like, my expectations were low. I was disappointed with GT 5 in the long run. GT 6 I totally skipped. So let's do a Brands Hatch race. We've been seeing the Indy circuits online, so let's do a full Grand Prix circuit. This definitely is not traditional GT. Definitely not. Which is slightly irritating, but at the same time, for the competition, it feels pretty good. So let's see. Let's turn on tire wear. Fuel consumption on. Heavy mechanical damage. No rubber band effect. 10 laps. I was having... Alright, let's do intermediate. Because I know Brands Hatch. Go race. Only one challenge has rain. Dang. So, Billy, if I remember correctly, I've heard you race sprint cars in real life. You ever find your way down Petaluma? Gran Turismo 4 is still my favorite GT. I know some people say 3, some people say 4. I'm in that camp for 4. I really enjoyed it. If I could play it on PS4, oh man, I'd sink a lot of hours in. But yeah, so Billy, if you ever race out in Petaluma again, I'd love to see you race. Okay, so let's see. He sort of came down to me. I sort of ran wide. That was a bit of a racing deal. GT cars feel good, but man, these tires are sticky. And I think these are hard tires, so it's like, oh man, they stick. Whoa! Whoa, that broke traction interestingly. Well, that's cool, Richard. Yeah, one time I actually made friends. I was friends with a guy on iRacing, and he turned out to be from Napa County, which is the county next to mine, and he held some track records in Petaluma, I think, which is my local dirt track. Amigo, GT Sport has less information in my opinion. Project Cars 2 has better force feedback. Wow, he just gone that breaking point way too early. Sorry! That felt like a very early breaking point, in my opinion. Not sure what your guys' opinions are on that. Oh, I have engine damage now. You can see, engine and my left front is bashed in. Just me dropping like a rock. This isn't exciting. Let's start the race over. Hey Carter, good to see you in here. I have not driven Project Cars 2 on the PS4 yet, but I want to try it later on. I have Project Cars 1 for the PS4. I have Project Cars 2 for the Xbox One, I believe. you have to be very early on your braking because of this AI, I think. Hey Dave, I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? Caught the grass there. It's nice though because it does feel like when your car catches the grass, it does try to pull you out, which is authentic. Am I gonna review arcade games, do you mean? I'm gonna look into it. Basically, like, Sims are the main priority, but I want to also just review as much racing stuff as possible because realistically, we as sim racers, we just love racing if you think about it. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the case for everyone. I'm sure there are the elitist snobs, but one funny title comes to mind. It was Jimmy Johnson's Anything with a Motor, and that the idea is like basically people just love anything with a motor. So that's just an interesting thought. How many cars are there? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I want to say it's like 170. Billy, I would love if you're still in here if you might be able to cross-check that reference, but I want to say it's like 170. Okay, we made it to the second lap and we're not totaled. Would I go with the Thrustmaster TSPC or the CSL Elite? The one reason I would go for the CSL, or the main reason I would go with the CSL Elite over the Thrustmaster TSPC is because there is more modularity with the Fanatic. Because Thrustmaster, you can't, without an adapter, you can't use a load cell pedal with the wheel on a console. With the CSL Elite, you have more versatility. And I'm going to mention that in my review, but with the Fanatic, you do have more versatility. You have the load cell pedal, you have the handbrake, you have the multiple options for shifters, you have 2 options for pedals, you have a wide variety of rims depending on which option you're going for. And that's one of the things I just really like about Fanatic. The TSPC is a great wheel, but I'd say the other parts of the ecosystem hold it back. Would you recommend buy it? If you are a PS4 racer, I think I would recommend GT Sport. If you have PlayStation Plus and like to play online. And B, if you enjoy, so if you are a PS4 racer and are looking for online mainly. And I heard donation, sorry I don't have that screen up right now, but whoever it is, thank you very much. Let me see if I can find it out. Well, I don't know who it is, but it was a $5 donation, so thank you. But the only reason I would hold off against a CSL Elite is Club Sport wheels better in my opinion. Jake Natalie, or Natal, sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but or it depends on your budget, because realistically, if you're looking for the best experience, then I would go out and say go with the open sim wheel or high-end pedal. If you're looking for like a wow. Ow. Yeah, my car's like totaled right now. Dang, I did not expect him to go on the brakes that early. But yeah, so if you're looking for a sub $1,000 setup, I'd say either CSL Elite or the Thrustmaster TS, or maybe the TSXW or TSPC. TSXW, I'd say, is the best budget package, or not budget package right now, but the best sub 1,000 out of box. In a way. Actually, that's a toss-up because CSL Elite is about $600, Thrustmaster is $650. So I'd say the CSL Elite for sub 1,000. Dang, this car is trash now. You can just hear it low on power. But yeah, this is, I would basically call it iRacing for the PS4. That's the thought process. You're not going to be doing much in the way of single player. You're not really going to do much. The big draw of it is the online competition. So that's what's really going to be bringing people in. And you can see the AI is okay. It's not perfect. It's not horrible. It's not at the Project Cars level of badness. But you can see their braking points are really far back. I mean, that Corvette just braked maybe like 50, 70 feet before the braking point. Which that does make a big difference. Hey, Wim. In my immediate area, it's pretty darn good. There are still one or two fires in my area, which they're not fully addressed. Today, it is supposed to rain this afternoon, which hopefully could hit or make a huge dent in the fires. But yeah, they're not all gone. That's the scary part. And okay, that was a nice touch. I ran wide because of suspension damage, and the second I hit the grass, it just threw me. That is pretty authentic, I think. I mean, it might be slightly overdone, but yeah, I ran wide into the grass with the full load on the right side, and that sent me spinning. That's pretty authentic. Dave, it's an interesting thought because now Forza and Gran Turismo, they look to be catering to different audiences, because Forza, as mentioned before, is really about the car culture. It's really about people that enjoy the cars, customization, tuning, doing engine swaps, drivetrain, transmission, turbo swaps, and then Forza, they look like they're shifting more towards a competition-based model, which neither is necessarily wrong. It's just two different demographics now. I'm not sure if it's Gran Turismo's decision to bow out of competing against Forza and trying their own thing, but who knows? And who knows, maybe in a couple years we'll get Gran Turismo 7 and they'll return to their roots and then add the sport element on top of it. That's a possibility. Oh! Come on. Oops, that grass shot me again. Thank goodness this is not affecting my safety rating. But yeah, that's the Volkswagen GTI Club Sport that just passed me. Whew. I drive a Volkswagen GTI, and imagine if my car looked like that. You don't think if this sells well, we'll see a numbered Gran Turismo again? Yeah, I don't know if there are any sales figures yet. I don't know yet. But it'll be interesting to see how this works, because this is definitely a weird taste for people. Especially those Gran Turismo diehards and the people that were looking for a full Gran Turismo style on Forza, or not Forza, on the PlayStation 4. This is definitely not that. It's its own beast, it's its own animal. And we'll see how that goes, because the name Gran Turismo carries with it a lot of clout, a lot of weight. So maybe people will buy this just on the Gran Turismo name itself, give it a try, and they'll like it. They'll like the different direction. Who knows? Next Gran Turismo is like 5 years away. Who knows? Usually it's one major Gran Turismo release, the first one for the console, then the next one's like 2 years later, I think. Because Gran Turismo 5 released, if I remember correctly, 2010. Then GT6 released around 2012, 2013, I think? Yeah, thanks, Gary. That means a lot. I'm glad that, like, at least this neighborhood in my town was safe, but it's truly sad hearing about what happened nearby and everything, because I have a lot of friends in that town, and I can call off, I think, at least 5 families who have lost their homes that they're close to me, and it's tough, because one of my friends, her father died a year ago, and now she lost her home. And it's like, what do you even say to that? Because they're going through a hard time, but at the very least, she has a huge amount of support behind her. I think it was her brother started, it wasn't a GoFundMe, it was a similar site, and I think they've raised $22,000 for her and her mother to get back on their feet. Then another one, my church pastor, he lost his home, and I think they've raised about 11 grand. So they have the support from close friends and family, but realistically, it's a tough situation, because those homes were filled with memories that are now ash. That's the tough thing for them. And I remember I posted in the Sim Racers Facebook group about an update about what's going on, and one guy who's like, well, who cares, they're just possessions. But imagine that girl, what she's going through, knowing that possibly there are photos of her father that she might never see again. And that's heartbreaking. I know this is an exciting race, but we're currently just trying to kill time to wait for the servers to come back up. We'll see if my credits get saved, though. I'm not sure, so this race might be meaningless, especially since we're in last place, but we might get some credits. But man, 3/4 of the car damaged, the front end, the rear end, the engine are damaged. Not the best race. I'm gonna say, I really like the user interface for this. It's very accessible, which is really good. So how is my mother? She is doing all right. I took her to the doctor on Monday, and they diagnosed her with a grade 3 ankle sprain. And they put her in a full cast. However, she still has swelling, so she actually, they had to cut into the cast to allow for room for her leg. So next week, I'm taking her back to the doctor to get a second cast put on. But yeah, so she's just been laying low. I've gotten Starbucks for her 3 days straight. But yeah, it's definitely, it's tough because if it was her left ankle, she could at least drive. But it's her right ankle that she sprained. And that means she's not able to drive at all. Alright, Billy, you have a good day at work. Thanks for joining. 19,000 credits for that race. Clean race bonus, even though my car was about destroyed. Richard, yeah, that's one of the tough things, because there is the mantra, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, I'd say, yeah, there hasn't been too much that really was a jump. Let's see if we can reconnect. I mean, this is a big jump, though. This actually feels good. This online competition mindset. Yes, we're back! We're back! We lost our credits, I think. Server maintenance notice. We missed that. Hold on. Okay, 19th of October from, that is 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. for 2 hours. FI East weights could be good for GT or a dud. Yeah. I'd say, what is going to make or break Gran Turismo Sport? It is going to be how the community takes a hold. Hold on. I want to check something. So that's news. I saw something regarding broadcasts. Back to list. Gameplay broadcasts. Due to copyrights for music tracks included in the game, when uploading or broadcasting play footage, the sound may be restricted. Okay. So yeah, that's why my first live stream got flagged. Because I had music on. That's why I got flagged. So at least it sounds like they fixed it. So, let's see. Guys, I hate to do this, but I need to take a quick break for a minute. I will be back in about maybe 4 minutes. So, guys, yeah, I have to take a quick restroom break. I know, I'm human. I'm human, guys. So, hold on a sec. So, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hopefully less. No, I did not have Taco Bell Shaq Fu. I had Starbucks, which might be just as bad. But I'll be back shortly, guys. I'll be back shortly. Man, that coffee just goes right through you, right, guys? I'm back. So, one thing I want to show you now that we are back with the server, I can show you is the livery editor. I showed it in this first stream, but now we can also look at other stuff. So, let's see. You can change the design of the helmet. So you can have, we have two helmets available for us. I don't know how comprehensive the helmet is itself. Excuse me. Looks like you can just paint it. So if you wanted a lime green helmet, I guess. I wish you could add like different schemes to it though. But yeah, pretty straightforward for helmet, I guess. Also, if you make the move, look into trying sims like American Trucks. Yeah, those can be fun. A lot, actually. T150 is good from what you've read. Not much force feedback. Yeah, that is... or it's a decent entry level. I think it's around the price point that the G29 and G920 should be. That's my thought. So, let's go back. Suit livery. Is it just colors as well? Yep. You can only change colors. That's slightly disappointing. I bought this digitally. This is... Or no, not digitally. I bought this with the... Or I bought it physically. My bad. I'm sorry. My mind's just a little frazzled still. So, mileage points. This is one of the ways you can buy cars, I guess. So, you can buy decals, or a special color, or a pose, or cars. We only have 932 points, though. So, I bet there's going to be something where it's like in the future, you can buy mileage points. Hey, Shane, I'm doing pretty well. How about you? You can buy rims. So let's check something. I want to do a test drive with or it's not my car, but it's very close to my car. It's 1 year different. So we can go into garage, the Golf Mark 7. I have the Mark 6, but the 7 is pretty close as well. So let's change into it. But yeah, one of the great things with Gran Turismo, they always have a pretty decent interface. So let's bring this down to, I believe my car has about 206 horsepower. So let's try that. And I do have decent sports tires on my car. So let's get an idea on how this feels. Change livery. Oh, these are pre-saved liveries, so I don't know what rims are available or whatnot, but let's go do a time trial. I want to see how this compares to my car, personally. I haven't done too much enthusiastic driving with my car in real life, but I haven't done track racing, I should say. I have done some enthusiastic driving. So let's take it to Suzuka East. Afternoon. Garage cars. There we go. Manual transmission. I need to move my shifter in a bit. There we go. Servers are back online. Servers are back online. So I'm going to do some online racing soon. Thank you, Gary, for the donation. I'll make sure to get that into good hands. Thank you very much. It is possible to race with custom liveries, I believe. Let me turn off traction control because I usually drive my car without. Thank you, Samoer or Samoer. So, let's see. Thank you, Jake, for subscribing. Thank you very much. This does feel similar. I'll say that. Yeah, it does feel similar with the slight understeer, because that's similar to real life, where if I pushed, except I'm not really feeling the communication through the wheel. So the car's behaving authentically, but I'm not feeling too much in the way of the actual, like, chattering through the wheel in understeer. Here, off-road, I am a bit. But yeah, road feels kind of dead. It's not clipping, though. It's not clipping because I'm still feeling forces, like, over the curb. So it's not clipping, but it's just kind of dead. But it does... this front-wheel drive car does feel good. And I enjoy testing with cars that I own. Because... that are either own or have driven before, because that gives you an idea on how the car should be. How realistic our car sounds? This is pretty realistic to the Mark 7 I test drove before. My Mark 6, it sounds different because I have an aftermarket exhaust, but this does sound pretty decent, especially considering it's a 4-banger. And it does feel authentic rolling on the throttle, where it's like throttle on understeer. Yeah, the Mark 7 GTI is fun, but honestly, I prefer the clutch in a Mark 6. The clutch works a little better, in my opinion. The Mark 7, when I was driving it, the clutch almost felt too smooth. It felt almost where you couldn't feel the engagement zone well. Granted, I was just test driving, but in my test drove, I actually stalled the car twice because the engagement zone was so foreign to me. But my Mark 6, when I test drove it, I never stalled, like not even once, for the test drive. It just felt, the clutch felt so intuitive on the Mark 6, which I enjoyed. Okay, let's get some online racing up in here. So yeah, guys, thank you for the support for the California fire in the area. So far, we've had $25 raised today, and then we had $35 raised yesterday, I believe. So we're at $60. Awesome. Great to be supporting those guys. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about like who I'm wanting to support through this, because there are a few families that I'm planning on supporting, where it is basically one family I mentioned where it's the daughter and mother, and the father in the family died a year ago and they lost their home. I want to contribute a little bit to them, but also they have a lot of support so far. So that is a great thing. And then my pastor's family, they haven't had as much support, so I want to be able to contribute some to them. And then also another one of my friends, he's a fireman, and his parents lost their home, which that's tough to hear about, because he's out there fighting the fires while a home, like his family's home, is being destroyed. So there's them. And then also my friend Trey, he's a youth pastor, and he just got married a month and a half ago, and now his house is gone. And it's heartbreaking to hear those stories, and just makes you want to be there to help as well. So that's why I want to do my part to help. And then there are a couple local organizations in my area that I want to support. One of them is called Crossing the Jordan, and they basically, their main thing is they are a support home for women and men who are looking to get drug and alcohol free. So they have rehabilitation for them. They help get them reestablished in life and get acclimated to the real world once they are clean. And they also have been working overtime to support fire victims as well now. And I think they did lose one building in the fire too for people. So that's a tough thing. So that's another organization that, like, for people who donate, that's where their money is going to be going. Keep on locking up. I'm not sure if I'm locking up there or just missing my breaking point. What do I think about there being significantly less cars? It's an interesting situation because admittedly there are a lot less cars, but there is like the online element. I would have loved to see another 1,000-car game, but also the issue is a lot of those 1,000 cars, they were lackluster quality. So all of these cars are high quality now. They're solid quality cars. They are the super premium models according to Kaz, but I would have just loved to see more. I understand why there wasn't, but yeah. Okay, I just turned down my brakes sensitivity, and that helped a bit. I think the prototype cars are a waste. They're nice to have, but it's, yeah, I have mixed feelings about them. Realistic or what they would prefer to drive. I've seen a lot of people driving the GT Vision cars, though. Decent lap, 1 minute flat, just about 110. This is gonna be a good lap, I think. So much like wheel spin though. How does a Civic Type R drive compared to a race car? This definitely is a little less precise. Steering is a little floatier because that's what you'd expect from a road car. This is a front wheel drive car as well. So you have a lot of throttle on understeer. You can feel the wheels spinning at the front, struggling to get the grip. So those are things to take into consideration. Right now, I'm just trying to get my racing lines down because this is not a track I'm that good with. I guess sometime I'll have to start learning the other tracks, like some of the fictional ones, but call me old-fashioned, I prefer real world. You can really feel the tires slipping around. Must say, the game looks amazing. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. I'm currently playing on a 46-inch TV, and I do notice like the aliasing. I notice that the interior isn't as good as it could be, in my opinion. But exterior and replays, those are what usually look amazing. Well, good news is that what I heard of was that all the DLC would be free and there'll be plenty of them. I would love that. I'm hoping, because it needs it. It really does need more cars and tracks. Just imagine if they had open wheel. I mean, that would be a little tricky with the damage model and things, but I would love to see some open wheel cars. Maybe Rallycross. I thought I saw something along the lines of Daytona Rallycross in here. Not certain. But here's the thing that's confusing me. So, Codemasters said that Gran Turismo has the license for Pikes Peak. Where the heck is Pikes Peak? If they had a license Pikes Peak, I would have factored that Pikes Peak would have been in GT Sport. It would suck if they're just sitting on a license for that huge circuit. Or not circuit, but the hill climb. Have I unlocked any Subarus yet? I think It's kind of confusing though, because like some cars you unlock, some cars you're just able to drive. Oh, rest in peace, cones. Yeah, Gran Turismo 2 had Pikes Peak, but then it's like Codemasters went on the record saying they didn't put Pikes Peak in Dirt 4 because Gran Turismo took the license away from them. So it's like, okay, well, yeah. The licensing system works pretty darn well, and as mentioned in the Inside Sim Racing review, the ghosting system, it works surprisingly well, because there are some people where it's essentially like they try to ruin a race, but then GT, they ghost the drivers, and it's like, okay, well, that saved my race. If it is 300 to 400 cars, I would be satisfied. Because, yeah. Gary, I'm driving on a PS4 right now. Gary, I'm on a PlayStation 4 right now. How else would I be driving GT Sport? So I'm going to do this lap times. Holy Civics, Batman! Whoa. That was weird. Threw me into neutral. Ran wide. That's not going to be good for me. So yeah, 8th place, just completely ran through some cars. But thanks to ghosting, it didn't kill them. That's nice, at least. I heard that as you get higher up in ratings, the ghosting is less frequent. And there's a rammer. Come on. Wow! Really, Turbo? Really? It's all good, Gary. But you can see my username on the right if you want to add me. Whoa! I just got murdered. We gotta get our safety rating up so we get out of these, away from these hooligans. We got a good run. Just took 13. Gary, look at the right side of the screen. Look at the standings. The one highlighted is mine. '11th place ran wide. I'm not a fan of that respawning thing because that just gave him an unfair advantage ahead of me. Hey Todd, how's it going, man? And hey Wheelies. hopefully as the racing series get more serious as opposed to just like getting your feet wet, there will be stronger competition regulations, I think. Oh. Hey, Fleming. Gotta be careful like that, man. Three cars wide. I'm trying to drive clean and the guy just rams me. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna get rammed. Nope, he missed me. So we made our way up to 9th. So Richard, I was planning on doing that ahead of the stream, but currently the logo upload is not available yet. I was looking around and there was a news update saying it should be available to upload logos in like a week or so, I think. But currently the logo upload is not available, but I'm currently planning on it. I mean, we started like 15th and made our way up to 9th. Not bad. I'm happy with the results. But yeah, I currently have the SVG files for my logo. I just have to wait. Is it a good gamepad title? I haven't really tested with the gamepad, but generally I've found Gran Turismo titles to be fairly solid. $43 XP until next level. So I think one more race will get me there. Well, I wonder if there will be a way I can share the Sim Racing Paddock logo for you guys too, so you can show off your own schemes. So let's see. Brands Hatch Indy. Let's check. So all of these, they don't start until November. There's also the online lobbies, which they might have people in here. So let's take a look. Willow Springs, Nürburgring, Tokyo, Dragon Trail, Seaside Fun Run, Kyoto, Dania. Decent. Race and earn money. Brands Hatch, Tokyo Expressway, Race for Real. Blaze and Race, Group 3. Let's try that out. Is it possible to share liveries like in Forza? Yes, it is, in fact. I haven't done it myself, but Inside Sim Racing's review showed it, I believe. That there's like a livery marketplace. Now we wait. So this is, it said Group 3, so GT3, more or less. So we can spectate, I guess. Oh, enter course. Okay. Let's check out the spectate function first. Richard, that could be a cool idea. Hold on, Gary. I'll do one better. I can type it out right now because we're not in a race right now. There is my PSN gamer tag. Okay, Wheatleys, have a fun class, if at all possible. Guess it's not... Oh, it's in practice right now. Okay. So let's... We do not have a Group 3 race car. That sucks. So I guess you have to own a Group 3 car to actually take part. That stinks. Come on. It froze up. Might have to quit and reopen. Sorry, guys. Never dull moment, huh? Let's restart it. Getting impatient. At this rate, let's just do the Suzuka race for now. Get some more money and then buy a GT car. Because we're almost up to next level, I think. So sport, race entry. Daily races, group 4, it's Suzuka. Let's pick a car we haven't driven yet. I'm considering Lamborghini, considering Porsche though, because this is the first one with a Porsche in it, I believe. So let's go with the Porsche. There we go. Should be fun. Cartolero FC 007. I'm sorry, I don't understand that language. Let's pull up Google Translate real quick. Okay, so Cartolero, I see that you advertising your own channel. Please, I don't know you, so please run that by me, like email or something before trying to solicit your own channel. That's your current warning. Okay, so let's test out this car. Hey, Dr. Z Moore, and so sorry. This sounds pretty good. Thank you for subscribing, man. Thank you. This feels similar to Assetto Corsa, but this is also more planted in my opinion. Because the Assetto Corsa has this car in the Porsche pack. I want to say it's Porsche pack 2, maybe 3. Or no, it might be the first one, I'm not sure. It's one of those packs. But this feels pretty darn good. it is a little, yeah, I think the aesthetic Porsche version is a little livelier. This is the Fanatic CSL Elite for PS4, and I'm currently using that with the Club Sport Pedals V3, the Club Sport Shifter, and the Club Sport Handbrake, and I'm using the GT Omega cockpit, or the Pro cockpit from them. This is a nice and quick car. Let's turn traction control to 2. Love the S's at Suzuka. Whoa, whoa. Caught the grass, almost lost the car there. So we got 5 minutes before the race starts. Alright, alright, alright. I do use OBS for broadcasting. I prefer using OBS because it works great for layers. And thank you, Dan S, for subscribing. I just love OBS because it's so modular, and I can use the NVIDIA encoder on it, so it doesn't have too much of an impact on my gameplay. Whoops, rest in peace, Con. I'm doing consistent lap times at least. Westmaster TGT worth it? I don't think so. I'm not certain though, but I feel that it is closely based off the Thrustmaster TSXW, and if it is, I'd say for that money, go with a Club Sport wheel or a CSL Elite. because I believe the TGT is like $800. So if you're looking for a PlayStation wheel, CSL Elite, better option. T300, I think, is also a viable option that will save you some money. If you're looking for PC at that budget, you're getting close to an open sim wheel range, which that is eons better than any belt jerking wheel, I think. No! I clipped the grass there. But look, flags. They have flaggers. So no, I don't think the TGT is worth it. I haven't driven for myself, but like just based on of what I've seen. I know I'm getting slightly distracted. It's a nice touch. If you press L3, the hazards turn on, and you can actually see the hazard logo on the middle of the center console, that red triangle flashing. Nice touch. Yeah, Richard, I'm planning on doing those videos shortly. Like basically trying to teach people how to get involved. I know Gamer Muscle, he did something similar, so I can do my own thing on that, and I'll try to make it enjoyable for you guys, because I have a variety of things that can work for setup, because I've also done some amateur like student films, so I have those on my school's YouTube channel, actually. Videos I've taken part in. And thanks, Baz. It's great to be back. I was going through sim racing withdrawals because I had to, or basically 2 out of my 3 cockpits, I had one of my friends take and hold like for safekeeping because fires were near my area, so I didn't have them for almost 2 weeks. So no sim racing for almost 2 weeks. That's, yeah. Preparing to match. Okay. Rev limiter. So, Baz, if you watched my update video that I recorded a few days ago, I mentioned also, basically, another thing I've been having to do lately is take care of my mom because she had a very bad ankle sprain. So, I've been taking care of her for like basically a week and a half now, and she's doing well, but like she's in a full cast on her left ankle, so that's also a big thing. Like family matters, guys. I'll just say that. So let's see how this race goes. Yeah, she's doing well at least, but she is in a situation where she's gonna have to get recasted or not tomorrow, next week, because she's still like her ankle can't be at the 90 degrees that it needs to be. It's more like this for her right now. So we qualified 12th. Dang, I would have expected us to go higher, but okay. But look, Jaguar F-Type, no time posted? Huh. That's interesting. So, Unclan GI Jeff? Okay, now he's at the back. So that, I guess, got sorted. Pit out. So someone's driving the Citroën GT Concept. I'm the only one who followed safe pit exit line, I guess. Doesn't really matter in GT. Go figure. But yeah, one of the scariest things that happened on last Monday morning, at 3 a.m. I get a text message, and it was from my dad. And note, my dad's not really the kind of person to text. And he's definitely not someone to text at 3 a.m. So I look at the text, it's like, I'm okay, I'm safe, don't worry. And I'm like, what's going on? And I text my dad, or no, I call my dad, and he's like, I'm currently on the freeway, and my house is most likely gone. And I'm like, what? And apparently that night was when the wildfires started. And my dad, he basically, he got the knock from the sheriff, and he was given 7 minutes to get out of his house, to get everything he needed and get out of his house. Some people in his area had seconds to evacuate. So my dad grabbed his bare necessities, kept the clothes on his back, and ran out and drove his car away. He made it to the freeway. Took him 4 hours, took him 2 hours to go 4 miles, which is just nuts. But thankfully my dad is safe, and then a few days later he found out that his house is staying up. So, yeah, change rights, I will gladly do that after this race. I showed it earlier in the stream, but I'll show it again for you. Let's flash this guy behind us. Oh, bit of carnage. We're in 3rd gear right now. Should be a good run through the S's. Oh, that guy in the Cayman. Little aggressive, little aggressive. Let's just try to get sorted through this. Clean 2nd sector. That's nice. Pretty clean first lap, all things considered, guys. Good competition. I just realized something. Or no, I'm not sure. Could have stayed in 3rd for this corner, I think. We're up to 8th. We're starting to get a little dicey up front. Missed that apex there, ran wide. That's not going to help our cause much. More cones have been murdered. 4 cones have been murdered. I repeat, all cones have been murdered. Or not all cones, more cones. Another car's wide. We got another spot. That's 5th place wide. So now we're in 6th place. Or no, we are doing well, at least. Third place, he's wide. We got a little loose. Whoa! He got really loose and hit me. We didn't get flagged for safety rating though. That's one of the things I'm enjoying about this system in Gran Turismo though. That it actually does a decent job assigning blame. Because I got hit. It didn't detract from me, it detracted from the other guy. So let's try to build up a gap. I'd love to get top 5 here. Except this guy behind me, he's sticking. There we go, we're building up a gap. 8/10 ahead of next guy, I think. Yep. Final lap. Good racing though, I'll give it that. There are open lobbies, but for now I'm just doing the daily events. There we go, we got a top 5. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. So I guess the Cayman GT4 is a good car because 3 of the top 5. Five out of top 10 are Porsches as well. That's some good driving. Clean race all around. I mean, there's that one moment where the guy got loose and hit me, but, I mean, yeah. Pretty darn clean and fair, so I should get the clean finish bonus, I think. Consider that's a 21 car field and not insane carnage. That's what I'm thinking, Richard. It actually does have potential to host solid competitions. I mean, there isn't the groundwork for endurance, I don't think. I don't think they have any framework for driver swaps, but longer events I think they can handle. So we got 21,000 credits for that, 140 mileage points. And looks like we're level 11. Whoop whoop. Do we get any bonus? How would I compare Gran Turismo and Project Cars 2? I prefer the driving in Project Cars 2. And so far, I have been preferring the competition in Gran Turismo. Which is interesting. Daily workout complete. Received a gift car. Let's see what I get. Looks like it should be a nice car. I got the Bugatti Vision GT car. So for the daily workout, it's apparently if you go a select amount of miles per day, you get a new car. So I got the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo. So we were talking about going to mileage exchange. So yeah, There are the hot items. I think I'm going to try to get the group free road car C7s shortly. You can get decals, special paint colors, a driver pose, really. And you can get a special helmet. Here are the 2 cars that you can buy. You can't get these in the store, which they call Brand Central. You can also buy wheels. So there's a selection. But let's take a look at Brand Central now, because this is where you buy cars. So visit brands, manufacturers from all over the world. Buy cars, concept cars, brand museum. Watch movies related to the brand. Take photos and scenes related to the brand. Or register for the manufacturer series. So there's Asia Pacific, Europe, and America. Pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at America. So there's Chaparral. This should be the Vision GT car. Yeah. 1 million credits. Yikes, that's pricey. But gotta admit, that car looks freaking insane. 905 horsepower. Fittipaldi Motors. This must be a Vision GT as well. EF7. So, electric vehicle? That's interesting. Fittipaldi. So, Emerson Fittipaldi. Or no, 4.8 or 4800 cc. So it's a motor or gas, I guess. Showroom for Ford. The Mustang Group 3. I can't afford that. There's Group B rally cars. Decent selection. Chevy. That is a pretty car, I gotta say. That car model, though. Would I go Forza 7 or GT Sport? I'd go GT Sport myself. I prefer having the competition being there, because the competition system that it feels like GT Sport has feels remarkably well put together, which I enjoy. That's my thought on it. We have to get more credits, I guess. So let's go back to sport. Dang it, we just missed the next race. Oh, wait, no. 45, okay. I'm not going to qualify for this, though, because I don't think we need to. Let's go with the Corvette Group 4. Yellow. Because it's a Corvette. Make it yellow. Actually, let's get some practice laps in. If we can get one lap in, I think I'll be good. But yeah, guys, thank you for your support so far. Definitely looking forward to getting this to the people that I can, at least. And seeing what I can do to help people, because I'm blessed to be able to return to my home. A lot of people, they don't have a home to go back to now. It's a tough situation. It's a tough reality. It's heartbreaking. And it's tough because I'm going to be seeing some of those friends tonight, I think. So, yeah, it's not really sure what else I can say about that. This sounds pretty good. I gotta say that. Sounds pretty decent. I mean, the transmission whine is still very loud, but it sounds good. It actually sounds like a V8. See if we can get a couple good laps in. I'd say environmental disasters in general, because wasn't Ireland just hit with the remains of Hurricane Ophelia? Cut a 10th off our best time. A little wide. That botched our lap. But yeah, Richard, if you're going in expecting Gran Turismo 7, you're gonna be disappointed. If you are going into it looking for online competition that's actually surprisingly competent, you might be pleasantly surprised. This car has so much low-end torque. I might be able to take the S's in 4th and get a decent run. Dang. And I'm wide. Yeah, because I was losing a bit of torque in the high end, I think. The atmosphere in this is nice. It works well. Whoop, whoop. Time to start. I'm gonna crack open some water. Sparkling water, guys. Mango pineapple flavor. Remember, guys, stay hydrated. Wow, Alex, that's nuts. But I think we got a decent lap. That should get us in top 10, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm sort of feeling, Richard. Honestly, when I bought this game yesterday, I was going into it prepared to tear it a new one. And, I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised. Sure, there's still some of the minor gripes I have, but it's surprisingly decent. And wow! Or wait, yeah. Qualified 15th or 14th, dang. The monster is in a bag back there. I don't feel like drinking it right now because I already had a coffee earlier today. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to overload myself on caffeine. Okay, it's actually saying we're in 12th. Okay. I'll take it. So my goal is 9th place. That'll be my personal goal. Already beating and banging in the warm-up. Whoa! Hold the brakes, guys. Does anyone want to put up some money for this? Like, say, like, okay, if you finish 8th, you donate $5 or something. Trying to raise money for a cause, guys. Let's see how this goes. That's attempted murder. That is another attempted murder. This is going to be an interesting race. Let's hope we don't get killed. Maybe those guys are going to start ahead of me and they'll kill everyone. Okay, starting 12th. Let's hope for the best. Some contact up front. Come on. That's gonna dock me, I think. Maybe not. So it deemed him at fault, I think. We're in the top 10. How did I get penalized? Here we go. 3 wide on the front straight. He's gonna go wide, I bet. Nope. He made it stick, but... I'm wide. My bad. Yeah, Richard, that's why I heard. Hey, Simon, how's it going? Nine places wide. 11 places wide. We made it spot. I'm gonna try this in fourth gear, the S's, because we have good low end torque. Come on. And there's contact. And he came down into me. Wow. And I got rammed. Jeez. And wow. Come on, Viper. That docked my safety rating a bit. And I just got ran off the road. Wow. That was baloney. Dude. Really? KTM. Wow. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. Yeah, it's frustrating because I get hit from behind, and when you get hit from behind, it's like rocket off the track. Didn't really have anything I could do there. Barely finished outside the top 10, but consider that top 10, those cars were pretty darn competitive. So let's check something. I want to see. You don't really have any way to report a driver for bad driving. That's... I wish there was a way, but okay. So... Brands hatch in 3 minutes. So literally, you can only drive the Civic Type R in this race. That's interesting. But Civic Type R is a fun car. It's front-wheel drive, so you have to know how to drive it. It's funny, though, because those black and red rims, they look kind of similar to my real car's rims. Yeah, there's chat on the side, but there's no way to report it to any, like, admin or something. So, Record 58.9. Let's see if we can do better. Remember, guys, smooth is fast. Ron, I am driving real people. Toyota SFR? Or is it FRS concept? So, interestingly, it seems like first lap in qualifying, there's always a bit of a stutter when you cross the line. I've noticed that a couple of times. And then I don't really notice any stutter beyond that. Go figure. How do you view the garage in this game, and can you do car upgrades? Car upgrades are very, very limited. It's basically improve engine performance or reduce the weight of the car. And it's ultimately a slider, and then you spend mileage points to actually gain more upgrade. It's very limited. Nothing like Forza Motorsport or even previous Gran Turismo titles. Matching in progress. Wow, that's messed up, Richard. Samoer or Samoer. Hold on, I'll show you. Well, we qualified 9th. Yeah, Oval and GT3. I don't know what Polyphony Digital was thinking because of that. So, the garage is under car settings. Hold on. So, car settings. And it's extremely limited. So, you can make a new settings sheet. Power ratio and weight. It's usually controlled by what's going on. Sports hard, brake balance. Then sometimes you can change these, sometimes you can't. Because of this being an online race, limited adjustments, you can't. I think it is possible to get every single car, but yeah, you do need to grind. And then there are some special cars that you can't get, apparently, in like the store. Racing Tire is dependent on the series. Like, you don't pay for the tires per se, but some series they don't allow you to use racing tires online. Ooh, that was close. I'm struggling with this car though, to be honest. I'm not good with racing with front-wheel drive cars. So this should be an interesting event. I want more endurance races. There's only the 25-hour one. Huh. Yeah, the go-karts are actually kind of fun. I'll say that. I really hope this song is before the beginning of the race doesn't flag my stream. That would be so frustrating. I'm about to get hit. Gotta love it when another car decides to use you as their brake pedal. GT Endurance. If you see at the very bottom of the stream, I have that ticker. And on the top, I have a link where people can help donate towards the cause. That's how I'm helping. So basically, as mentioned, 100% of all proceeds go to California fire victims. Oh, dang it. He just slammed on his brakes there. Didn't realize anything I could do. Kind of cracks me up, though, that when someone else slams on the brakes and you have nowhere to go, and you hit them, you don't get penalized. So this system does a decent job at assigning fault. So because the guy slammed on the brakes like an idiot, I didn't get penalized. Oh, how did I miss him? Completed by November 3rd. Good luck with that. Dang it. I just followed him off the track. That wasn't good. Okay, penalty over. And he turned down into me as I'm passing him. Come on. Hey, Harry, thanks. Thankfully, fires are almost all taken care of, which is great. Wow, I just got rammed. I get rammed again. Whoa! Thank goodness he ghosted there. And, oh, Super Sky, come on. I got docked that time because he wasn't on the brakes. He was just coasting in front of me. Thanks for a subscription, GT Endurance. The Red Bull car is not in this game, to my knowledge. That was a frustrating finish. It's like, really, guys? Max Payne likes sim racing. Yeah, to my knowledge, I don't think there are any open wheel cars in this game, unfortunately. Wow, we've already been streaming for almost 3 hours, guys. I think one more race and I'm gonna wrap up the stream. So where the garage is at, yeah, I can show you real quick. So they don't call it the garage. They call it home. But wait, Samoa, are you talking about the garage where you adjust stuff, or are you talking about where you change out your cars? Because I showed you where to adjust the car. So car settings, here's where you adjust the car. I showed you this earlier. And then changing out cars is here where like you go home and then garage. So here's what I have. Pretty straightforward. Yes, you can create your own multiplayer server. You go to lobby and you can create or join a room. So actually I'm going to show you the campaign, guys. So mission challenge, I guess. This is their version of the career, I guess. So, different stages. Let's just have some fun. So, Willow Springs. I'm not good at Willow Springs, but let's give this a try. So, you have challenges. We don't need to watch the video. So, raise your position being wary not to drive off track. So let's give this a go. That was easy. But you can get XP, mileage points. So it helps. Next challenge. Subaru WRX flat out in battle. So now we're at the oval. Oh boy. Try passing on an oval track. With high average speeds, even the slightest contact with the walls could result in a big time loss. But yeah, later today I'm going to do an R Factor 2 live stream, I think. Let's do this thing. Whoops. It's Bristol, Robbins Racing. Or it's basically Bristol, I should say. Well, the Subaru just passed the Mitsubishi. Sounds about right. So yeah, hopefully the challenges get harder later. That's pretty straightforward. Tokyo City. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of, like, it's a mix of the driving school and also just driving challenges, I guess. And people said the endurance race is unlocked as you progress, but this is just like pretty simple, it feels like. So you can't hit the wall here. Apparently you can hit the cars, but not the walls. It's like driving through traffic. Not much single player. Yeah, that feels about right. Because we just made it. Very bare bones. So it's like, when do we get to the endurance race? So let's check something. So there's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stages. Can't even see the other ones yet. Circuit experience. Learn about braking points and driving lines in more detail track by track. So, admittedly, I mentioned I don't really know Willow Springs. So let's give that a try, see how this works. Because I'd like to learn Willow Springs. It's a relatively local track to me. It's in California, at least. And it's also in titles, I think it's in Project Cars 2 as well. So learning the track definitely could come in handy. Whoops. That didn't go well. But man, love these camera angles. It just... Oh, that looks nice at least. Then you'll see me run wide in a second. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's one way to destroy a car. Let's try that one more time. The slow and torque of this car really does help a lot though. Ooh, that was nice. That worked. Boom! By 3 or 38 thousandths of a second. Wait, what do you mean, Richard? I didn't say that. I didn't say I'm hitting the sack. I'm saying that I'm gonna call it after maybe we finish learning this track. Wow, 28,000 credits for just learning 2 corners, more or less. But I don't see anyone behind me, sadly. Wish that was the case, but it wasn't. So, second sector. Here's where it gets tricky of the track. Whoa! Let's try that again. I don't know the sector well at all. And I'm off. This is how you learn tracks, guys, I guess. By failure. Yeah. After the rough breakup I had about a year ago, or a year and a half ago, I'm cautious before re-entering the dating game for myself. Also, I have to find a girl that's willing to put up with me in the garage so much. Maybe teach her how to drive. There we go. Better, not great, but not absolutely horrible. Still over a second off. Dang. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's just skip to the next one. Next segment. This looks pretty straightforward. A little wide. Still got silver. Luckily, if I didn't go off, I would have gotten gold. Penalty? I don't know why. We're going in the pits. That was funny. One more time and then we'll do the full lap. Okay, nope, still a little off, but okay. We got silver. Still gives us a lot of credits. So let's see, tackling a full lap. Okay, I was laughing at Richard's comment. Yeah, my ex got mad at me when I got the GTI. She's like, I don't know why you had to get such a fancy car. And I'm like, fancy? A, it's paid off. B, it's like, it's not really fancy. And it's like, okay. What's your record? Ford GT or GTR? That is a tricky. That's. Can I just say both? Because I like the look of the new Ford GT. The tech of the GTR is nice, but I think I'm gonna have to say Ford GT. Oh, we got silver. Okay. Let's see if we can watch that replay in full screen, because that was pretty nice. 22,000 credits, 40 mileage points. Not too shabby. Replay. Let's take a look. Thanks, the buzz. Hold on. I don't want to get flagged for the music. That sucks. I don't want to get flagged for the music, like for the live stream. New decal. Let's try something. 1 lap attack of the Nordschleife. With the GT3 car. 6:57, it's the lap to beat. Let's see how we do. Richard. That's pretty good. That's funny. Let's give this a go. So 1 lap around the Nordschleife. Let's see how this goes. I have no clue if this is scanned, guys, so for anyone who's going to ask, I have no clue. My first time driving the Nordschleife in Gran Turismo Sport. Feels pretty close. I'll give it that. So I'm sight reading the track right now, even though I've driven multiple versions of Nordschleife, but this feels pretty good. Let's see if we get a good lap in though. Whoa, I hit that curb a little hard. Man, this is fun, guys. I gotta say it. Feeling all the elevation changes. I'm enjoying this. We're on track for a good lap, I think, though. I'm not a big fan of the M6 GT3 race car sound in general. This sounds okay, but compared to the, oh, thanks Kidney for the donation, but compared to the BMW Z4 GT3, it's like, yeah, this sounds neutered in comparison. But yeah, thank you, Kidney. Who here sees the irony in Kidney donating? It's usually donating a kidney, but this time it's the kidney doing the donating. Yeah, there's not much being communicated through the wheel through force feedback. Not as much as other titles. Yeah, thank you, Pedro. I think that's you, because your name has kidney in it. I'll make sure the money gets into hands that need it. Coming up is a corner I've always had trouble with. It's a blind cresting corner. I almost always have trouble with it. This left-hander coming up, I almost always have trouble with it on the Nordschleife. Taking it easy because it feels like apex. You try to apex too early and it just sends you off the track. But thankfully, we actually got it. Good corner this time around. Dang, I did not miss that apex. Wow, are we only gonna get silver? I pushed pretty hard for this. Because, yeah, about 30-40 seconds until the lap finishes. Yeah, I pushed really hard and dang, only getting silver. Wow, barely caught silver too. Huh. Man, that was, we pushed hard there. Whew. That was fun, though. That was a good lap. No, I didn't mean to hit restart. 34,000. That was a good, clean lap around the Nordschleife, though. Okay, guys. We've been streaming for over 3 hours now. This is the GT Omega Pro. It's essentially the Supreme, though, because it comes with everything on it. But the Pro, they just renamed it now. But yeah, so, guys, this has been a lot of fun. But for now, I think I'm going to call it the stream. Hold on, we got new achievements, so we should be able to go here. So we should be able to play time. Select this. We got 200 points, 500 experience. Nice. Up to level 12. I guess once we get we need one more race to earn the clean race achievement. Need to finish one more sport race for that. Doing pretty well. But yeah, I think for now, I am going to call it a stream, guys. Later tonight, I am hopefully going to do some R Factor 2 streaming. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But guys, thank you for very much for taking part in this. And thank you all for donations. And thank you, Chained Rights, for donating. Every little bit helps to help these guys get back on their feet. And for now, I'm going to call it. And tonight, I'm going to guess around maybe 10 p.m., maybe 11-ish Pacific time. Just translate into your time zone. I am going to do an R Factor 2 live stream testing out the new GT3 car pack. So, guys, stay tuned for that later today or tonight/tomorrow. And for now, have a great rest of your day, and thank you everyone for taking part.